Yo. Yeah, basically we're at the Queen Mary right now.
2:17 in the morning.
2:17 in the morning. We
on our experience at Suicide Bridge on February 24th, 2019.
Yes.
Okay.
And not only once, but twice.
okay, but
see, the first
Okay,
time,
but I wasn't there, so
no, see, the first
only
time
there once.
we didn't really see anything.
there was nothing. Yeah,
We just went to like check it out.
we went to see where the trail was because I didn't remember the street.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was our
but
first time.
yeah, that was what, the 22nd of February, because it was like 2 days before we
Yeah.
actually went. But the 24th of February,
It was a trippy moment.
It was.
It was a trippy
we
moment.
were there for like what?
We were there for like a
Like
couple
an hour?
hours.
No, more.
We were there for
no.
Okay, because we got there
a
like
couple hours.
yeah, because we got there like around 11:15. We started
Oh
walking
yeah,
towards
we
the
left
trail,
like around like.
and then we didn't get home till like 2 something.
Yeah, almost 3.
Like I said, a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost 3 o'clock in the damn fucking morning.
So there's this little trail to go under. Yeah, like
So there's a bridge, the Suicide Bridge. If you guys ever been there,
It's in Pasadena.
and if you walk to the end of the bridge, there's some stairs on both sides. Leads you down to kind of like a hill, and there's a little trail where you can kind of climb down, not climb, but like walk down on the side by the fence. But we were too scared to do it.
oh yeah, because it was really steep
Yeah.
and like really.
It was like too many trees and bushes, and it was just sketchy. We were too scared.
yeah, but either way, even if it's like the bushes, it's still too steep to walk.
Yeah.
Oh no, I saw videos. You have to step on the gate to get down from there.
See, that's what makes it sketchy,
Yeah.
because if you were to need to run up from something, you would just like break your
Yeah,
ankle
no.
big time.
Yeah, no.
So, what street was it? Where we parked? Like where we turned? Where the trail is?
It was like right under the bridge. It was right under the bridge, and there's like houses. I don't remember the street
I think I had it.
What street?
where we parked, where they like made houses and a little like.
The residential area where the
Yeah.
park is being built. Right where in front of the park, the block we were on, basically.
Oh,
It's
the entrance.
Arroyo
The
Boulevard and
Yeah.
Westminster Drive.
Arroyo Boulevard, yeah. So we parked in front of some houses, and there's a park being built, right? That's a park.
Yeah.
So there's a park being built, and basically what we did was we'll walk across the street, and that's where the trail.
Yeah, there's like a trail, like a hill that goes like down this way, and then it's like a little, kind of like a V. You go down, and then you turn, and it's like a trail, like a walking trail.
Making sure.
Pretty much the area where the people that jumped
Like
Where
pretty
they
much
landed.
landed.
Yeah.
It was a sketchy.
Because
Weird
from
feeling.
before we even started walking in, and then after we started walking, the change in like the atmosphere was,
Big.
yeah, like really like
Well, it didn't
heavy.
feel like that until we got to the bottom.
Midway, I
got
felt
to
it.
the
midway,
bottom? Really?
like 30-40 feet in, I was already feeling like
4 steps in, I felt weird.
Uneasy.
I was more feeling it once we got down there and we started smelling that smell. That's when I was like,
But we
like, I
didn't
was
smell
getting
it
the
until we were
chills.
like deep in there, like we were like way past, like almost getting to like under the bridge.
Yeah.
Because that's as soon as we got to that part. No, but when we first started walking in, you heard the dog tags.
Yeah,
Remember
it
you were
sounded like those
I
army
remember
people,
that.
like the dog tag necklaces.
I
It
remember
sounded
you
like it
telling me,
was like
yeah.
hitting each other.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you
And
telling
then
me
the
that.
whole time we were to go down, it felt like people were just watching us. Yeah, I felt watched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole time you do feel watched and like followed.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we just kept walking, and then we got to under like a tiny bridge, you could say, or not
Oh, the
not a
beam?
bridge, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we weren't even like close to like going under the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It was like we can kind of still see like, you know, like the lamps on the bridge. And then from there we were just, well, Ephraim was more like deep in there, and you guys were kind of like in the back, and he was more like
More
like
but I
looking,
kept
like,
hearing
no, like-
footsteps behind us. And we kept walking, and I kept hearing footsteps. Like when we would stop, I will still hear like one or two more, and then I'll look back, and then we kept going, and then once I realized we got to the exact part where I had seen a shadow like a year before, and I had told them, I was like, this is exactly the same spot where I saw the shadow, and it started smelling so
right
bad.
when you said it.
Yeah, it was right when I said it. Like, I'm not even shitting you, but this is exactly where I saw a shadow, and then it started smelling like sulfur. It started smelling like really bad. And
like a sewer.
Yeah, but there's no drainage. There's no sewer down there. And then, so we turned. You wanted to go more deep, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to go more.
No, he wanted to go more deep, but then he was like, I'm feeling like I'm being watched.
Yeah, hesitant. I felt very uneasy and
The
stuff.
thing is, like, it's open, but the fact that it's so dark, it makes you feel like you're closed in.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's just really heavy. For me, at least, it was hard to breathe under there. And then especially once we started smelling that, I knew we had to turn around. So we turned around, and then we stopped smelling the smell. And then again, like, when we got back to the trail, I started smelling it again.
Yeah, we were like, fuck that, let's just go back up. So when we started walking back up the trail, right when we hit that curve, like to go up, we were smelling it. So we were like, the smell is like following us. And when we first went down there, we didn't smell it until we got by the bridge.
Yeah.
So it was like when we were coming back, it was whatever it was like following us.
And there was like not even like a trash can near us where we could say, okay, it would be that.
It wasn't.
It's just
it was no trash.
flat.
Yeah. It was just grass, trees. Like, there was no fucking trash. Why would there be a trash can down there?
And
thank God to those flashlights, we were able to actually get down there, because the first time I went with my other friends, dude, our iPhone flashlights were not putting in no kind of work. It was really dark down there. So after like being there for we were down there for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah,
because we weren't there for
I say 10 minutes. We weren't there for that long.
Yeah, and we weren't, because as soon as I started smelling that smell, I was like, no, we cannot be down here any longer. And then across the street where they're building the park, there was a caution tape. Remember how it was shaking? It was shaking like it, and there was no wind whatsoever. No. There was like a little bit of wind, but for the tape to be moving that hard,
it would like move like this, but like when we started asking questions, it was like,
it's like if you like pull on it and let it go, and you just let it like,
and it wasn't windy. Like, you could look at the other trees on the top, and like those leaves were just like still.
Because I would look up when the tape was moving. I'll look up, and the trees were still. But wait, before we started asking questions, didn't we go towards where we smelled the smell, but like arriba, like on top?
Yeah,
we went through the metal gate.
Yeah. When we were on the bridge.
On the street.
On the street when we went to the black.
Well, we went like towards the gate, but we didn't go like.
No, yeah, but we were like towards the gate. That was before we started asking questions.
Yeah.
And then I remember there, I felt watched too, and I was flashing my light towards the trees where we had smelled that smell. And then who saw the orb? You or you?
Oh, I did.
Yeah. There was like orbs like falling down from.
Yeah.
Oh, Efrain was taking
pictures in the picture
because she had
underneath the bridge.
Yeah, she had the microphone
right under, because she was recording. We were just like asking questions, like, is there anybody here? And he was like taking pictures. And then you know how it's like the live video before the picture, and you could just see like orbs
just like shoot down. Yeah, like if a body was like falling out of a bridge. Yeah,
it was super weird.
So we just decided to go like across the street and stay there for a minute, but then we started seeing the tape move, and I was like, if you could hear me, stop the tape. And the tape legit like stopped. Yeah. And then who else asked the question? Was it you after? That you're like, move the tape if
there's someone here.
And it started moving again. But then again, when it started moving again, I looked up at the trees, and like the trees weren't moving.
Yeah, it was like no breeze. Like,
yeah, it was cold, but no breeze, no wind.
Yeah.
It was just really cold.
Chilly.
And then after that, you asked.
Okay, here's the thing. Let me give you some backstory. Okay,
I mean,
because there's a like where that tape is. It's like the corner of where they're building this park. So even before we even asked the question, before like the tape started moving and all that, we heard like what a kid laugh and like a yell.
Yeah, the kid laugh was by the park. It was
Yeah, it was
Right
coming from the
when
park.
we were gonna leave, we heard it. Me and heard it. And we were like, and that's when I was like, oh shit, I got the chills.
Yeah, I got the chills on this
Yeah.
side.
But remember when you said come here often? We started laughing because I made a joke about it. I was like, why are you trying to hit on the ghost? And I seriously heard, I like
That breathy haha.
that. No, I heard
Oh,
before.
yeah.
No,
We
before
heard
that.
Haha.
No, but before that, I heard like a mad sigh, like a really mad like.
And
ugh.
then that's when me and Jalissa got the chills because we were
Yeah.
like, me and her, like, because you and Efrain were more like this way, and me and Jalissa were more like towards like, you know, like the, yeah. So we heard like a haha. And we kind of like,
Because you guys were already walking, we stayed behind like where the stop
It's
sign
because
was.
once I heard the, but it sounded super close to us that I even turned like that, and I think you guys asked what happened, and I was like, did you guys not hear that? And you guys were like, no, and I was like, it sounded really angry.
Yeah.
Like if it was like annoyed that we were laughing, I guess. Or you're asking questions, but you're making a joke of it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when they heard the breathy haha. But I didn't hear that.
yeah. It was
That shit.
right when we heard that. I got like me and her like we looked at each other, and that's
And
when
we
we
Yeah.
got the chills.
chills.
Like,
Because you guys reacted at the same exact time.
Yeah.
And I swear I didn't hear it. And then we're like, that's when we started because you started feeling really like nauseous.
Yeah.
You were like, I feel like something's pushing me towards like to leave. So we started walking towards the car, and then we parked right at the end of the bridge, and we were gonna walk the entire bridge. But at this point we were like, nothing's gonna happen anymore. What happened already happened because we were already down there. So we started walking the bridge like nothing.
I was
And-
just recording audio. I just had my mic in my phone.
And then me and her crossed the street, and then you two stayed on the other side. So we were walking. Yeah, we were walking on like opposite sides, cause we wanted to go through the stairs with the balloon.
Yeah, because the first time we went, we saw a balloon like on the right side,
Mm-hmm.
like just a sketchy ass little pink balloon just tied up. So we were like,
Yeah.
let's go on this side. And when we went back, the balloon wasn't there, and it wasn't even like what. It was like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Literally 2 days later, and it was just gone. We were like, that was weird.
And then, so we decided to go down the stairs and go.
The area, like over, like on the other side of the rails of the
Mhm.
stairs.
And then we were just and we were there for like what? There we were for a long time because we were just walking back and forth.
Yeah.
And well, you said like 30 minutes, 40 minutes we were there at the top, right there. And the first time that we went, we saw a guy. Remember the guy we saw when you squatted down?
Or like a random guy, like, well, I had to like bust a squat because I couldn't hold it anymore. I had to pee really bad, so I was like, dude, like I have to really pee.
Yeah, and I was like, I'll keep a lookout, just,
So I kind of like
bust.
it was my phone.
Oh.
So I kind of bust a squat by the tree, like where you remember where the stairs are at, and then there's like a little like tree right by the
yeah.
street. So I kind of bust a squat like right there, right when I turned around. There was like a guy walking. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, there's a guy coming. And she like got up real quick. And we saw it. We saw him walk away. And he was walking already far. And me and her were mostly talking about like, we were looking at him, but we were talking like, no, he must like have some balls because he's like walking.
Yeah, I was like, he has some balls to be walking. It was like, what, 12 at night?
Yeah. Was he so down to walk through this
He has
street?
some balls to be
Yeah,
walking at
'cause-
like 12, 1 in the morning.
Yeah, and it wasn't dark, but it was dark where if you're walking alone,
It's
it
sketchy.
would, yeah. So
Just walking through the bridge
Yeah.
by yourself, you just get like a weird feeling.
yeah,
Just
weird sensation.
the way it looks, like just like the area is just like
and just knowing what it
a
is.
sketchy.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then, so we basically saw him walk away, but we could still see him clearly.
Yeah.
And then, okay, you kept feeling weird too, huh? You were still recording with the phone, but you kept feeling weird. You kept telling me, you're like, I don't like this or something like that. And then, right, like, 30 minutes, 40 minutes after that we were there, she's like, I like how I'm recording, but my phone goes on slow motion and then stops recording on its own. And then as soon as you said that, we heard a like a really mean, get out of here, like a yell, like a get out of here.
So Monse and Efrain were more by like the stairs.
Yeah, more towards the exit.
Me and Jalissa were more towards like, cause there's like a kind of like a cliff, you can say,
Mm-hmm.
and on the side there's a fence, and you know, like that's where you go down. So me and her were more like on the cliff side, and there's like trees and branches, and like you really can't see if there's somebody under there or in the bottom, you can't really see anything.
Like
it's just pitch black with like trees and bushes.
Yeah.
So we were more like, you know, trying to record, and she was recording, but at the moment she stopped recording. And we were like talking about something. Oh, we were talking about the video. We were trying to go back to one of Sam and Kobe's videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that's when we hear, get out of here.
And I think at that time I was showing Efrain a Shane Dawson video where he was playing the Ouija, or was it you?
But before that, I saw a light come out of the tree and just went up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, like, is my phone still recording? And then I was like, oh, I like how it went on slow motion. And then that's when we heard it.
Yeah. And then so we just like, basically, she wanted to stay, but I was like,
Well, because I'm more of like, I can't say I'm like a kind of a skeptic, because like I've never experienced like paranormal stuff.
mm-hmm.
So when I heard it, I was more like, wait, like I want to hear it again. But there were more. This fool was over here freaking out. He was like, yo, let's get out of here. Yo, let's go.
I was
so
more
like, oh my God.
at that moment I just didn't know what to think, so I thought it was someone that could physically hurt us, someone that was physically there. But once I started like rationalizing everything, and I started realizing, okay, you know what, that hill, that cliff is really steep. There's no way
somebody can get up there.
yeah, there's no way somebody could balance themselves there, either sitting down, laying down, or standing, because there's a bush, so we would have seen someone standing there, obviously. But even if you're sitting down, especially if they threw that, like when they threw that rock at us, there's no way, if you impulse yourself back to throw a rock, you're gonna slide.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear dragging because you're sliding off. But we heard no dragging, we heard no steps coming up before they screamed that.
We didn't hear the rock until, okay, when our friend was like, okay, let's go, fuck that, like, let's go. So then we started walking up. You were at the top. You were like, fuck that, let's go.
Because at that time, I thought it was somebody that could physically hurt us.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not gonna be here for that.
And Jalissa was like kind of like getting to the top.
Yeah, I was like halfway up the stairs, and I heard a rock hit like that metal. Because there's like a metal bumper.
There's, okay,
on
their
their sides.
The rail, okay, but there's like a rail. Going up the stairs, there's a rail. There's stairs, and then there's a platform. And then and then it's a platform, and then another set of stairs. So Monse and Jalissa were like already at the top, and me and Efrain were like right at the platform. And he started shining his light, you know, because right next to the stairs there's a tree, so it's like pure like leaves and shit, so you can't really see like around like the bottom, so you can just see trees. So he was like kind of like looking to see if like maybe there was somebody, and then that's when somebody threw a rock at us, and it hit literally like right next to us on the rail. You can just hear like a rock just hit the metal. So that's where we're like, fuck that, and we started running.
We booked it like maybe like a third of a bridge, because we kept walking the rest. We were like, fuck this. And then I was shining towards the bottom, but where the park is being built, and I like distinctly heard a little kid's laugh, like and I told y'all, I was like, did you guys hear that kid's laugh?
We didn't hear it, but
and you guys didn't hear it. And I was like, I swear to God, I heard a fucking kid's laugh, like a little kid's laugh. And I was like looking all over the park, because I was like, there's no way there's a little kid. First
not
of all,
at this time.
Yeah, not at this time, and the park's not like built yet.
Yeah, it's just under construction.
I was telling Efrain about the rock. I was like, there's no way in hell somebody could have threw that shit. Like, if it was really a person, like a homeless, and they were like down in like at the bottom, it's like a pretty cool distance.
Yeah.
And there's trees at the bottom, there's branches, there's bushes, and there's another tree at the top by the stairs. So if somebody were to like throw a rock,
it would at least hit the floor.
You would have heard it, you know, like you would have heard it go through the trees and the bushes and like the leaves. nothing. You just hear like just a rock.
And it's physically impossible because, like I said, it's
There's no
steep.
way. There's
It's
no
really
way.
steep.
And if somebody from where we were standing at would have threw a rock, you know, we would have heard like people walking, like branches cracking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so weird. It was just really fucking weird. We're like, we're like thinking of possibilities of how it could have happened.
We were making like
But
all these scenarios and
we're like,
nothing
no,
made
it
sense. Like
didn't make
nothing. And then so we thought that was the worst that could happen to us. We're like, okay, we're never coming back. And we even talked about among us. We were like, we're never coming back. That was that.
That like freaked us
That
out.
was We're like, that was that, because once we realized that it wasn't something physical that was there, we were just like, no.
Yeah, no.
So we were like, we're never coming back. That was it. We had our experience. We had our.
It's time for us to go home.
Yeah, we were like, let's go home. So we walked towards the car.
We were walking towards the car, like in the bridge, but we were still kind of like flashing the light
Mhm.
at like the playground, because that's where you say you heard the kid.
And then
So
I
we were
heard
trying to see.
like a metal, like that. We got to the car and we're like kind of like relieved. We were like,
Yeah, we're
it's
just, what the hell?
over.
That was
We're going
weird.
home. I could breathe now. But then we went through the bridge again, right? We drove through the bridge.
Somebody over here was like, I'm gonna go through the bridge one more time.
So he drove through the bridge again. And
Didn't we drive by the bridge and then we came back?
Mhm.
We took the other street,
We took the
and
other
then
street.
on our way back, like we were like, all right, let's go already. When we were leaving, that's when we saw that shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like after the break,
So,
I wanted
yeah.
to do
So when we were leaving, we saw the darkest shadow, solid.
Oh, it was so weird because remember those two light posts?
Mm-hmm.
There was one right at the top and one kind of like in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That shadow was literally right in the middle, like in just
Yeah.
that dark area.
Yeah.
And it was still like, it was a dark area and it was still like a dark shadow, like
Mhm.
just a person just standing there. Like you can see the arms and the
Yeah.
legs.
It's like literally if you draw like a figure on a black construction paper, like
the
standing
person just
there.
standing like
Yeah.
this. Like,
But the thing is that when we saw him, he wasn't even staring down. He was staring
Up the
up.
hill.
Yeah, he was
Like
staring
at
like
nothing.
like,
literally
you're just
at
looking at like up the hill.
Yeah. So we were driving uphill and he was staring uphill. So if you see a car driving behind you, obviously
Your instinct is just like
to
oh,
look
what's
over
that?
your shoulder.
Yeah.
But this thing or whatever turned like in unison, like
His whole body did a
yeah,
whole turn.
like this. And then we like were so like in shock. We were scared.
Nobody decided to like record and take their phone. We were just like, I
Yeah,
looked at it and I
perfect
was
time.
like, wait, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
And we were
then
just like
everybody
staring.
was
I
like,
think
what?
I even screamed at some point. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? And
Yeah, we were just like, what the fuck is that? Like, what did we see?
And I had my phone in between my legs so I could easily have grabbed it. But no, I was just so in shock and so like, what is that? And from what I remember when it turned, it had no face. Like it
Yeah.
had no.
That was just solid.
You
Yeah.
guys said that it was like white, like kind of like whitish, but it had like no like features.
Yeah, nothing at all. And like,
And it happened so fast. I didn't. Even
The
see
thing is, the
face.
moment we saw it, everyone felt off.
Yeah,
like
we were
sick.
just like,
Yeah.
what the hell, like.
he wasn't even paying attention to the road. We were just all staring at it.
Like, what is that?
Yeah. Oh, I got cold. But yeah, like,
Every time I talk about this, like, cause I've told my coworkers about that situation with the
Mhm.
baby. Every time I talk about it, I always get chills.
Mhm.
And right now that we're talking about it, I keep getting chills.
I got cold. Like I'm
Every
shivering.
fucking
Me too.
time. Every time.
So it's like, yeah, we saw it, and we were like, dude, nobody reacted. Nobody reacted to get the phone. Nothing. We just all were staring at it
We were in
with like
shock right now.
our eyes.
Are we really seeing that?
Mhm. And then we kept driving because we were driving and we literally like had to like turn our heads like this because we were driving, but that thing was like turning and it was just like probably like staring dead at us. And then
If I remember correctly, do you guys remember seeing it like it had like a backpack?
Yeah, a backpack.
what if it had like a backpack to mimic the kind that we saw 2 days prior?
But it was like all black. Like even
Yeah.
the backpack
Even the
was
back,
black.
yeah, you could even see if it had a zipper on the backpack.
Yeah.
So it's just solid black.
You know what it looked like? Like a guy was wearing one of those tight suits.
Yeah.
The one color, like a black suit. Because it had like no texture to it whatsoever.
Bro, look at my chills. I'm
Mhm.
getting chills.
Like, it was like, yeah, like no texture. Like, you couldn't see like the pants. You couldn't see the shirt, the sweatshirt. You couldn't see anything. It was just flat. It was just flat.
Oh,
Black.
just a black solid figure.
Yeah.
Even the backpack, just everything was black.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because there was like no zipper, no straps, no. But it had like a hunch.
Even if it was black, you can still see like the fabric. Like, okay, Jill, this is her jacket is black. You could still see
Like,
little lines.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You know, like
little
it-
folds.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was just like,
solid.
Mm-hmm. So he busted a U-turn like right away, like literally like once we crossed that light, he busted the U-turn and he was not there anymore. It was not there anymore. And like we said, what he was staring at, that's a drop, that's a cliff, that's a long drop.
It's
Yeah.
a big ass hill. So if you were to like you know, climb over that railing,
it's just a
that's
steep
death, bro.
fall.
Like
Mhm.
that's a steep ass hill, a big ass hill.
And if he would have ran to where we were at the beginning,
Or
like,
we would've
walked,
saw him going
we
up.
would've still
we would have
him.
seen him. Even if he ran, we would have still seen him because it was a long way from where the stairs were at.
Yeah.
So he couldn't have made it to the bridge. He couldn't have jumped. And he couldn't have gone the other way because we came from that side when we did the U-turn.
We drove on that bridge like 2 extra times,
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
see like where he could have gone.
Yeah.
Just-
We stayed probably like another 15 minutes just doing U-turn after U-turn after U-turn to try to find him, and we couldn't. So we like basically gave up, and we decided to drive it home. You got dropped off first, then I got dropped off. And dude, I swear, as soon as I got
That
home,
whole night I could not sleep.
I didn't sleep.
I
That
just
whole
felt
night.
like someone was standing, like if my bed's here, I felt like someone just standing at the foot of my bed just watching me
Mhm.
sleep.
Yeah, and like I would probably sleep like 2 minutes at a time, but then that black figure would like get into my dreams, and like it would like run after us, and it would just be screaming, "Get out, get out, get out!" Like exactly in the voice that we heard, like "Get out of here." I heard that black figure, and then like around 4 in the morning, I heard my sister finally start getting ready for work, and I like, because I was paralyzed, I couldn't move at all, and then my sister started getting ready for work, so I had texted her. I was like, turn the light on. She's like, "You're scared," and I saw as soon as she turned on the light, dude, it just felt like less heavy. Yeah, and I could finally move, and I was like about to cry of how like relieved I felt. I was about to cry.
I mean, I wasn't really like affected with the situation. I was more tripped out. Like, what the hell? Like, did I really see that?
Mhm.
Like I said, I've never like, you know, experienced any paranormal shit. So I was more kind of skeptic. That's kind of hard to believe.
Mostly all the audio we got was like fine, and then it was like 3 I had that just static, and it was like that didn't happen for like all the different audios that I had.
Yeah.
And then the one where when we were coming out of the trail,
Yeah, because we're at the very bottom, and we're like, oh well, like it stinks, and I was like, oh, you know, when it stinks, it's not a good sign.
Yeah.
So you're
I
like,
remember
oh
that. She
no,
was
like we all have to go.
Yeah, she was like, you know, when it smells bad, it's the smell of death. So we're like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's just go. And we
but in the
went.
audio where it's like, "Where are you going?" or "What are you doing?" What did it say? "Where are you going?"
Where are you going?
Where are you going? And then after that, you could hear all of us talking. So it's like none of us, because it's none of our voices.
It was a really faint. Like, where are you going?
Yeah,
Like a quick little, where are you going?
like really fast too. Like,
And then like you could distinctly hear it say, "Get out."
Yeah.
mhm,
Like, where are you going? Get out.
mhm.
And
It's
at
like-
that moment, that's when we were still smelling it. We were like,
That's when we
still
started smelling it again.
Yeah.
Because
And it was no one was talking because I had my
so, like,
microphone and my phone in my pocket. My microphone and my phone. Yeah, so I had my phone with the mic in my pocket, and I was just walking. Everyone was quiet because we were kind of out of breath, to be honest.
yeah, and that's when you hear, I think, her say, "I'm out of shape" or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just like, oh, like let's just get out of here. So we weren't even talking. We were just like, well,
And we
let's
were
just walk.
pretty far away from each other, because it was me first, then it was you, then it was you,
Yeah.
and then it was a friend.
Yeah, I was in the back.
And we were kind of like probably like 6 steps
Yeah.
ahead of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Me, because the smell just like really threw me off. But see, the thing is that after that, days after, we started saying, I want to go back. Like,
Yeah.
I need to go back.
And it's like, even now, like, we're like, yeah, we should go back. But it's like, why?
But it was like right after that happened, we were leaving. We were like, nah, like,
Yeah.
we're not coming back.
The whole
And
way
then
back, I think,
when
we were in the
when
freeway.
we were talking about
Yeah.
it, like
Yeah.
through
The whole
text
time in
and
the car, I was
group
like, that's it. I don't need to go back for anything. I'm done with it. Like, I don't want to see that place anymore. And then, like, after we had with our nightmares, and then, like, the days after, we were just like,
chat, talking about
I
it.
really want to go back.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like my job there isn't done. I don't know what that job is, but I feel like I need to go back.
Yeah. I feel like something wasn't like fulfilled.
Mm.
Something was left unsettled or something.
I mean, we'll include the audio, so.
Audio, but if once
Shout
you
out
start
to my
paying
mom, the only viewer watching this. We'll try.
50 to 100 likes, and we will go again.
12 likes, because they're
2
going to be
likes and
from
we're
me.
gonna go.
No likes, we'll go.
A dislike, and we'll still go. Please don't dislike.
Don't you guys have to say something?
Alright. Goodbye.
Bye.
That's how you want to end it?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.